When you burn, you chop down the trees. Greenery goes down. You know, the government says, don't chop trees. If you don't chop trees, how will you burn the human body?
We don't burn your body because we don't want to waste the wood on you. You have completely exited, there is no hurry. We can keep you for a day or two and then bury you.
The question asked by the sister is that a Hindu, Christian and a Muslim all have got the same body, same blood, same constituent. But when we die, why in Hinduism do we burn the body? Why in Islam do we bury? Let's analyze the pros and cons and you decide which is better. In Hinduism, also they say you can bury the children, etc. But when you become an adult, most of the sects say you have to burn, you have to cremate. There are some sects which say you have to bury. But let's analyze the pros and cons between cremation, that is burning, and burial. If we analyze, in cremation, in burning, sister, there is a lot of pollution. When the body burns, a lot of pollution. In Islam, we have to bury. Why? Because today we have come to know that whatever constituents of the body is there, the earth, the soil, contains the same basic elements of the body in lesser or greater proportion. So from earth we come and to earth we return. Scientific. Comparison, point number one. In cremation, we burn the body, there is pollution. In Islam, when we bury, the land becomes fertile. There's no pollution, there's no burning. Point number two. When you burn, you chop down the trees. Greenery goes down. Environment is being uprooted. In Islam, when we bury, land becomes fertile, more trees grow. It becomes a manure. No chopping down of the trees. Better for the environment. You know, the government says, don't chop trees. If you don't chop trees, how will you burn the human body? Point number three, it is more expensive. According to Indian statistics, every year, crores and crores and crores, hundreds and thousands of crores, every day crores of rupees are spent. Every year, hundreds of crores are being spent only on the trees and burning the body. In Islam, when we bury, it is cheap, free. Point number five, when we burn, the wood becomes charcoal, ashes. In Islam, once we bury in the land, the same land can be used after a few years. It is forever. You can recycle it. The same land, after a few years, when the bones get disintegrated, you can recycle. So logically and scientifically, if we analyze, it is more scientific, more humane, more better for burial as compared for cremation. Hope that answers the question, sister.
When somebody dies, or when somebody is certified dead by your doctor, he's not completely dead. Death happens slowly. You may already know, most of you, that after a person dies, up to 11 days for sure, most of the time up to 14 days, fingernails grow, hair grows. You know this? How many of you are already aware of this? Yeah. So, because death is happening slowly, step by step it's going, it's not yet complete. The withdrawal of life process from this lump of earth happens step by step. For all practical purposes, when it is immobile, lungs have stopped, heart has stopped, so they'll declare you dead, but not yet. So it is by using this that still the life process is still continuing, you can rekindle that and activate the system. It is by using this that the tantrics have dead bodies walking. And it's not very uncommon, it's quite common. And sometimes, they will be working upon this when the cremation is on, there have been many instances. I have not personally seen, but I know people who have no reason to lie about it and they will not, such people have actually seen a burning body getting up and walking. They've set fire to it, it's burning, but it gets up and walks. Because at that moment when the burning begins from outside, the life process retreats and there's a concentrated spaces where life is happening more intensely at that moment. They make use of that and rekindle the system in such a way that suddenly it gets up and walks. Up to 5 to 7 minutes, it's behaving as if it's alive and then falls dead, exhausts itself. So it's based on this that when somebody dies, there are rituals in India. Up to 14 days, there are various kinds of rituals. Unfortunately, these rituals have mostly lost the knowledge behind that, the power behind that has been lost, and people are just doing things like for livelihood somebody is doing it, or just for the sake of doing it, they're doing it. Very few people truly understand the significance of what it is. Because life energies recede slowly, they've gotten so deep into this, every cell in the body, it doesn't just go poof like this. Functionally it may die, but totally it does not die, it dies slowly. So we want to hasten that process. We don't want somebody to die slowly. Dying slowly can be torturous, isn't it? Dying slowly is torturous or no? So it can be torturous. So we want him to leave quickly. So if you understand life very well, absolutely well, you can exit the body in such a way that you exit completely, you gather everything and leave. If you live like that, then we will give you a burial. We don't burn your body because we don't want to waste the wood on you. You have completely exited, there is no hurry. We can keep you for a day or two and then bury you. So I'm saying, this is a culture where we understood life and death absolutely well and dealt with it as it should be dealt with.